The calm before the storm.
I'll see you in Liechtenstein.
Lawsuit, I think, is misguided. In fact, the United States is the only country on the planet that has suggested that XRP is a security. The idea that XRP is a security, it has traded out there for 8 years. You know, it's kind of like, well, if it was a security, I guess we should have known that a long time ago.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. I need to get across to every single one of you guys today. Swift is going to be working with Ripple 100%. That announcement is coming. They're going to complement each other. And in today's video, you are going to see exactly what is being behind the scenes. And the way they say this is going to completely blow your mind. I mean, it's kind of a joke at this point. You're probably wondering, what are you talking about? I'm going to play a clip in a moment of Mr. Tony McLaughlin. Very important. Listen to what he says here. But first, July 23rd, coming up, there is a panel at Swift, Shared Ledgers and the Future of Finance. And in today's video, I'm going to show you some heartbreaking evidence that Ripple XRP is going to just change everything. You guys already know that, but you got to hear it from them. And before I play the clip by Tony McLaughlin, just think about it. When we have trillions in daily volume in crypto, and we will 100%, wait until you hear it from them, what's Bitcoin and Ethereum going to do, right? Think about it. Once everything is ready, utility tokens are going to be the most valuable tokens. And wow, that's all I got to say. Just listen to what Tony says here.
You have Swift does messaging with a large data payload in the ISO 222 messages, but it doesn't do settlement. So the ultimate would be to bring these things together where you have messaging and settlement coming together, that who owns what machine working hand in hand with something you can transfer the large data payloads.
So a question here is whether we need to know who wants tiramisu for every transaction, or we need to know who wants tiramisu for some specific economic transactions. So think about DBP, and it makes a lot of sense to have this cryptographic description so that you can basically settle both transactions at the same time, potentially using a shared ledger. So that is okay. And the ledger that might be operated by a commonly trusted entity, or by a consensus, or whatever you want to think about that underlying ledger. But
Swift does messaging. It does not do settlement. And did you hear this part?
Okay, and the ledger that might be operated by a commonly trusted entity.
That is hilarious. And the CEO of Citibank, Jane Fraser, she made it very clear at what kind of numbers they're pushing. And actually, this is updated. It's about 6 trillion now, but take a listen to this.
So here at CITI, where we move over $4 trillion globally each day,
and then we know that JP Morgan does.
So when I talk about the $10 trillion that we're processing every night.
And that is just 2 financial entities. And there is quadrillions out there. You know, we haven't talked about the DTCC for a very long time. There is so much money out there. It is disgusting. And when we unlock the internet of value, and when we're actually seeing value be transferred amongst, blockchains and on a level playing field with everybody involved, I mean, this is trillions of dollars in daily volume. Like, we're talking regulated money. And Citibank made it very clear. And they even gave us a very small number last year saying future of cross-border payments. Who will be moving 250 trillion in the next 5 years? So that's before 2030. 250 trillion. And again, that is a very conservative outlook. And now listen to what David Cunningham says here. Some of you guys may have heard this, but it is very important for you guys to understand what kind of area we're getting into right now. This is going to be big money coming in. Real world assets that serve a real utility are going to thrive. Because you guys know Bitcoin, Ethereum right now serve no purpose. Even with their ETFs, they don't do anything. It's just more of a store of value is what they're treating it as. Listen to what David says here. Again, working at CITI, head of digital assets and treasury.
We're truly seeing large organizations do things at a scale which we haven't seen before using this technology, and those who have skills to help empower regular financial market infrastructure and regular players like globally systematically important banks like ourselves to operate in this space. We need your skills and we need your help, and I think we're going to see a massive adoption in the next number of years where this really grows in the regulated space too, which is really exciting. But I think the key thing about all of this is that every element of doing this in a regulated environment takes some time and takes some effort and takes some coordination and takes a lot of work in terms of standards and standard setting as well. So, for me, I'm really excited to see how this tech is going to really massively scale over the next few years into many trillions of volume and scale on a daily basis. Many trillions of volume and scale on a daily basis.
Trillions in daily volume is what they're projecting. So can you just imagine the closed door meetings of what they're actually really talking about? If they're telling us right now, we've already know that we're going to see trillions in daily volume and this market cap is going to go absolutely berserk. The whole crypto ecosystem market cap, 30, 50, 60 trillion and above very, very easily. And a lot of people are going to be left in a state of shock of what XRP is going to do. I mean, why don't we just always go back to the ISO 20022 payment seg member list? We have the member entities and then we have the companies, right? We have every entity in France, Germany that is currently under here. We have MasterCard, we have Nacha, we have Ripple, Singapore, South Africa, and all of the companies. How do people not understand that these two are going to be working together and there's a reason why they're here? Federal Reserve Bank of New York, the Clearinghouse, the US Bank, Wells Fargo, the Modulu Foundation, right? Visa. Where is Algorand? Where is the Stellar Foundation? I hold Algorand. But a lot of people are just so mistaken that you cannot compare Ripple to Stellar. It is a joke. Okay, I don't hold any XLM, zero XLM. I had a crap ton. I don't own any of it. I shifted all over to XRP. But they are not comparable whatsoever. Just the level they're on, compare rosters, compare team size, and then you'll know who's doing it much, much bigger. But there's a reason why, Ripple is the only crypto company that's here. Please let me know in the comments down below why there is no other crypto companies. I'm waiting. And of course we have Accenture, right? Tell me why there is zero other crypto companies on this payment seg member list. I know you guys want to talk about ISO 20022 coins. That's great with XTC. XTC is going to do great. But XTC and XRP are two completely different things. Two completely different things. Understand that, please. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you don't think XRP is going to take over the world, by all means. Here we have a 12-year Swift veteran that no longer works for Swift, jump ship to Ripple, and knowing what he knows within Swift and all his experience, for him to just sit here and say this about how they're going to utilize XRP should speak 1,000 words. All I'm going to say is time will settle everything. And I cannot wait for the moment for us to all come together and cherish all the journey that we have, taken place for the past years. Anyhow, we will be back with another video. The writing's on the wall. Tony McLaughlin, no big deal. 20 years, Citibank, for the past 8 years, emerging payments and business development. Telling you right now that Swift does messaging, it doesn't do settlement, right? And they're not, hear this out before I finish off the video. For a lot of people that say, what's taking so long? Where are all these announcements? Why do we have NDAs? Imagine that they came out and said Swift and Ripple are going to be working together and they're going to complement each other in 2018 or 19 or 2020 or 2021. Yeah, come on, you really think they would come out and say that when they know Ripple has a digital asset that complements their whole infrastructure and actually scales it and makes it more efficient and is pro carbon footprint, not like, you know, Bitcoin and Ethereum? There's a reason why there's NDAs, because they can't just spill all the beans. Just think about it. And I don't think, you know, I don't think any knucklehead came this far to the video that doesn't believe in XRP, but for the individuals out there, it's not you guys I'm speaking to, that are going to miss out on this opportunity. I mean, what a bunch of morons, you know. It truly blows my mind that there's actually individuals, like walking human beings out there, that are that dumb to, you know, not comprehend all this information. I mean, you know, if it was this easy, everybody would be rich. You know, if everybody was this intelligent, everybody would be rich. So with that being said, we'll be back with another episode. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down.
The opportunity here with CBDCs running domestically and with a bridge asset, another cryptocurrency model, a bridge asset to connect those CBDCs together, the opportunity is to deliver liquidity on point, in the moment, in microseconds, from one part of the world to another. And the model that, you know, we focus on is using XRP, which is a very high velocity and very high volume digital asset. It's a free floating asset, unlike a, you know, CBDC or stablecoin. Use it as a bridge currency between these CBDCs. So you imagine a world in future where there are, let's say, 180 individual CBDCs per jurisdiction in the world. Making markets between those CBDCs is quite challenging unless you have a common single point, the bridge currency, which then enables connections to be made more efficiently and markets to be made between these individual currencies.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, you know, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.